Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This week I need to come live because there are so many questions on the air. What will happen if Joe Biden will win? And what is the interconnectivity between US presidential election and India? And what will happen if Donald Trump will win the elections? Now the sky is clean and we can visualize who have won the United States most powerful position in US, the President of United States, President-elect Joe Biden. Many congratulations to you and your VP Kamala Harris, who win and clear the road for White House. And Joe Biden was the vice president in the Barack Obama administration, and he also played a very critical role in US South Asia strategy. Usually we think that he is a liberal individual, and in the meantime I'm just viewing that in the beginning on a positive note between Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the duo for their spectacular victory in the history of United States of America. So Mr. Modi have said congratulations to Joe Biden on your spectacular victory as the President of United States of America, and he also expressed his strong belief on Indo-US relations, which is critical for Southeast Asia right now, and he also looked forward to working closely together once again to take India and US relations to a greater heights. So all those very political and very sensitive dialogue when head of any nation congratulates on the new incumbent. So now a couple of points which is very important, and directly jumping onto that. You need to understand the United States decision makers are not the president only, but Congress, where Republicans are doing predominantly very well, and all the orders and all the advisory comes from Pentagon. We no need to miss them also. So President is only the face. By and large, the United States defense, foreign, homeland and immigration policy by and large, which will impact as Indian to myself, will remain settled, not much changes. So I just want to have a few more analysis, and during my dialogue I want to highlight the big four positions, for example the Secretary of Defense, Treasury Secretary and other roles. So Democrats this time want to diversify right from the transition phase to continue as a different department heads, and they want to increasingly emphasis on a diverse Democratic Party and country role and responsibilities as far as the individuals are concerned in a big four positions. So for Secretary of Defense, there seems to be a strong belief in Washington and as well as in White House that Michelle Flournoy, who is a white lady, is the top candidate to serve as Secretary of Defense. Nobody I have seen that talking anything against her, and she will be emerged as a lead contender because she served as Undersecretary of Defense for policy and Barack Obama's administration in first term. And we no need to forget that Joe Biden's administration and foreign policies, defense policy and be it name of policies will be highly influenced by his mentor Barack Obama, his former boss Barack Obama, and Michelle Flournoy will be the highest ranking woman in the department of in that particular department. And why I'm saying so, there is a logic behind it. Flournoy has rock solid establishment credentials, including a stint at the Center for Security and International Studies. So next most important role will be Secretary of State, which is former National Security Advisor Susan Rice. It was widely believed that Obama wanted to appoint her to this job in 2013, but at that time she was in a little bit uncomfortable, one can say. So then Senator John Kerry got the job instead of her. So Biden considered her seriously for VP position in place of Kamala Harris, and by all accounts she's a fit candidate for that role. So she is not only name on the list, but long-time Biden confident that Antony Blinken and veteran diplomat Bill Burns are also in this mix on his Politico playbook, which is now quite clear. So reports also says that Chris Coons and Chris Murphy are also receiving some considerations for their significant positions. So this all clarifies the doubt about the above positions. Now if I talk about the Treasury Secretary, Leah Bennett, who is white definitely and is seen as a Wall Street flamboyant, and her skeptics on the left as the most likely Treasury Secretary in the history of United States of America. So she made Democrats happy during the past 6 years as a member of Federal Reserve Board of Governors by supporting pro-labor monetary, and she also opposes Jay Powell's moves forward bank regulations. Indeed, so all progressives prefer former Deputy Secretary Sarah Bloom Ruskin, who is white, and for this position, and also Brainerd as streaming from the Robert Rubin coaching tree and thought process. They argue that it would be a counterproductive to add to a transition work by creating the need to replace Brainerd as the Fed. So, and also Raphael Bostic, who would be the first black and first openly gay Treasury Secretary in United States of America. And he or she is also receiving some considerations. So Bostic held a cabinet secretary job in Obama administration and is now president of the Atlanta Fed, and he has very strong qualifications, but is a bit more of an outsider to Washington. So people also ask me what will happen to India and Pakistan foreign policies. If you look at the holistic view, the President of United States is a face, and most of his critical policies are driven by Pentagon and also different houses, upper house, Senate members, Congress, etc. So during the transition and post-transition, nothing going to change much because of one reason, America First policy. So every single, whether it is Joe Biden or Donald Trump or any other individual, they need to stay focused on America First policy. There will be not significant changes towards Kashmir, whether it is be it China or South China Sea, Australia, Japan, Quad policies overall. So I will definitely come up with a different video on this, but as of now there will be not significant changes going to happen if even if Joe Biden comes, which is a reality right now. So coming back to the point of India, Sino-India, China, Pakistan, and policies, defense strategies. So Joe Biden, the Joe Biden which we have observed during the election to gather the vote, and now Joe Biden as a president of United States, definitely there will not be much, a drastic change at least, because the policies are defined and already settled by Pentagon, and people are very happy in our neighboring country that Trump have lose the elections, and the President-elect Joe Biden will definitely do some sort of miracle for Pakistan as a nation. But we no need to forget that Pakistan is a rogue nation, politically also and economically as well. So they always try to catch friendship with all those elements which are against India, be it China or be it Turkey or any other country. So they are not very wise people, and their think tank is not, indeed they are highly educated, but the enmity between India and Pakistan, killing Pakistan, not India per se, because Indians believe that economy comes first before the political and defense and foreign policies. So a very well established army and a strong market definitely attract United States President's thought process, which will be inclined towards India. Nothing much will happen as far as the Islamophobia and other irrelevant topics. I don't want to get into all those things, but nothing much differentiators, because now Europe also visualize the heat of asylum seekers, and by and large, if I talk about the refugees, so Europe, under the leadership of European Union President, whether it is France, whether it is Germany or small nation in Europe, they are strongly believe that now they need to, this is the high time when they need to reduce the pressure in Europe in terms of asylum seekers and refugees are concerned. So overall, I can see that the Biden administration, coming back to Biden administration activities, it will be defined, developed and procured by Pentagon, and Pentagon always keeps America's faith first, America first. That is their core of any policy, be it anywhere in the globe. So with that note, I am just concluding this video, and I don't see any point of dissatisfaction if former President Donald Trump, I need to tell him now, former President Donald Trump have not cleared his elections. Many congratulations to Joe Biden once again and Senator Kamala Harris, and hope that India and US will definitely write a new chapter as far as the defense foreign policy is concerned. So Indians no need to worry about the new president. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you do like it, please do share with your friends, and my best wishes for the entire United States people, because the democracy have lastly win, and congratulations to all the Senate members who have won the elections. Thank you very much. Good luck. Sayonara. Bye-bye.